So now that we're back here, we basically take the cap off again. And since we have the fuel pump assembly all done, we're ready to install it. So do not forget to put this O-ring in it. The way how I like to do it is, I like to put the O-ring first in the actual assembly, just like that, just a little loose. Then put everything back, put the whole thing in the fuel tank. Then put the assembly, or put the O-ring in the tank itself, just like that. Make sure it sits nice and flush. And then I go and I push the actual fuel pump assembly to the fuel tank. Make sure it's not touching anything in the bottom. Right now, this line is being a pain in the butt. But just like that, make sure these two nipples are facing towards the front of the car. And there you go. Go like that. Then of course, you grab a cap and you cap this sucker. Grab your screwdriver and apply some force. It's nice and tight and it's not going anywhere. So traditionally, the way how you would mount these lines, it's like this. This is the line that feeds into the OEM pump. So basically, this feed that pump. Essentially, we are going to take away this line completely. However, in my case, it is different because I'm going to explain you it. But right now, basically, the simplest way, the way how you use it with, you feed this pump to this side of, you feed this side of the tank to that side of the tank, is that you put a hose from the small nipple from the driver's side of the pump to the big nipple in the passenger side of the pump. So basically, this one goes connected to this one in the passenger side. And then this one goes connected to this one in the passenger side as well. And that's that. Basically, that's how it's fed. In my case, I'm going to do something different because I have a different rail that has a feed in the front and has a feed in the back of the rail, and then my return is in the center. So what I'm going to do is that since this is the feeding line, I'm going to put another line going down the tank. It's going to go down the car. This one is going to feed the front of my fuel rail. And then the return is going to come from the center. It's going to come back to the OEM line. It's going to route all the way down to the car. I'm going to put a T in between this little area. And in that T is going to basically feed this big one and the big one in the other side. So, but anyway, that is how you install that. The wiring aspect, it is another little simple thing. This one has only one little wiring. And I told you guys to go to the junkyard or something and cut also the pigtail of this particular fuel pump. Where are mine? I can even find them. Whoops. There you go, I found them. So anyway, so these are the pigtails that you guys use or that you guys cut, from the junkyard or whatever. So if you notice this white one is the same one. So you are going to only use the black one. So you take it away from the little, whatever tape that it has. You throw it away, and then you are only going to use this black one. So what is going to happen is that you're going to extend this little black cable, and you're going to feed it through this little black hose right here. You might have to punch it a little bit to make the little hole bigger, but you're going to feed both cables through it. There you go. So one side and the other side, and basically now you're going to have both connectors for this side of the pump. And oops. And now you have, you know, both connections. So basically the positive and the negative. And what you're going to do with this, the way how you're going to tap it, is that you're going to go into your OEM wiring. Here's mine right here. I don't know if you guys can see well, but here's mine. And you're going to find the wires that go into your fuel pump, the positives. They are one brown wire and then one green and purple, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's a green and purple and a brown wire. So you're gonna tap into those. So actually, you just match, you know, the wires from the pigtail that you cut. So it's a green and purple and a brown. You find those same green and purple and browns, and you just match them. You just tap into them. And the way how I'm going to do mine is, once again, very, very simple. I am going to cut mine right here. I'm going to strip them. One here. And one there. Same thing in the other side. Oops, used the wrong one. There you go. There. And there. And I already have the other one, the other extension stripped. I usually use the same color wires. This one I use brown, but I didn't have any green wires, so I used any white ones. And then I am just going to feed them together. So I know that my green and purple is the white one in me. So I'm going to grab my little jiggy-majiggies, whatever the heck they're called. And where are my crimples? Ah, did I bring him? Ah, I didn't. And it's such a freaking pain to get out of this race car. Hold on. Hold on. You guys are gonna see how I do this with the cage. Here they are. Ah! Oh! Get a cage, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Well, it is pretty freaking fun. So anyway, so I know, as I mentioned, that my white one goes connected here to the green one. So I'm going to grab my little clampy clamp thingies, or whatever they're called, and put them here. There you go. And then clamp them. Make sure that they're nice and secure. And I do the other side. Which is good, and then I'll shrink this little shrink thing later. And then I do the same thing in the brown one. So I have my brown here and my brown here. Kind of clamp together. Put them like that. Should have brought a flashlight so you guys could see better, but I didn't. So there you go. They're nice and secure and tight. And then do the other side. And voila, now you guys have power in both of the wire harness for this particular chassis. So then just put, you know, your whatever wrap you want to wrap it to make it look all pretty and nice. That's how I do mine, and that's that. So in a separate video, I'm going to show you guys, we're going to go under the car, and I'm going to show you how I routed my lines. However, this requires an aftermarket fuel rail that has a center return. In my opinion, those are a little better than the OEM ones because you're feeding both the front and the back of the fuel rail, and you get the exact same amount of fuel pressure from cylinder 1 to 6 without having to starve the latest one. So anyway, that's it. Peace.